Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel and my art studio. I am Mrs. P, your Catholic art teacher. Boys and girls, we are in Holy Week and I decided that I'm going to have this video just to conclude the 7 penitential psalms. So far we have done up to the 5th penitential psalm, and so I said, well, let me just complete it with this video. So I will be doing Psalm 129, which is the 6th penitential psalm, and Psalm 142, which is the 7th penitential psalm. Remember, last time I did Psalm 101, and we did some painting and a discussion and a Bible reflection on that, a Bible verse reflection. So so you can check out my other videos, and it goes through all the 7 penitential psalms. So today I'm gonna combine 2 penitential psalms. We're gonna do the 6th penitential psalm and the 7th penitential psalm. So let's get started, boys and girls. First thing you need to do is get a plain paper like that, and you need to have it portrait. Portrait would be good, because the verse that we are going to be concentrating on is verse 2. So Psalm 129 verse 2, which is, "Let your ears pay attention to the voice of my supplication." So boys and girls, for us to hear the word of God, we need to use our ears. And so today, boys and girls, I am going to paint an ear. We're going to do one of our anatomy. So we're going to do an anatomy painting on our ear. So boys and girls, first thing, when you look at an ear, you can just have a look at your brother or your sister's ear, or a friend, or whoever that's with you. And if you look at the ear, it is made out of a lot of folds. Not all ears have the same folds, but it generally has the same components. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to try to make a skin complexion. So how do we do that, boys and girls? Well, for complexion we need a little bit of orange. I'm going to use something that I've already used before. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to, maybe I can use this one, reenact this one here, because it's quite light. And you can take some of that brown and bring over here, like that. And then we're going to add some lovely white to it, like that. All right, so boys and girls, we have that. When you look at your ear, sometimes when you look at it very close, it has blood vessels in it, and so when you're hot, your ears turn red, or a shade of red. So we're going to add something with a background with red in it. So I'm thinking about using a very light orange. So let's just get the shape of it. So the shape of the ear is like, it's a rounded shape like this. All right, and we're just gonna do that and add some paint around it so that we'll be so that we'll be able to focus on that area. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take some yellow. And so right here, we're going to have, this is the fold, one of the first folds, and down here is the fleshy part of our ear. And some of us, we usually have earrings or something that we can put, to decorate our ears. So let us let this dry and I'll get back to you. So for this video, boys and girls, it's a lot of drying process in between. So it's lovely and dry. And I'm going to add, like I said, that we have blood vessels in our ears. So I'm going to add a reddish color to our ear. So just a little indication to show that this is a fold. And we're going to go all the way down here like that. We're going to go right down here like that. Yeah, and then, like I said, everybody's ear has a different shape, different size, but it's more or less the same kind of structure, shall we say. So just have that there, and okay. So what I am painting actually is where you hear from. This, so it's right here is when you go down below this fold. It's like the hole where you can hear. It's a little tunnel that goes down there. Okay, so yeah, and then you have some different folds, some different. So I'm just going to go ahead and just add some. And what I'd like to do underneath is to maybe add a little bit more red. Just under. Yeah. So it's going to go like this. And I'm just going to add some more layers. You know, we want to show some dark areas and some light. So where the fold is very deep, I'm going to add some darker layers like that. And boys and girls, even though, yeah, we're using red and the ears, we see that the ears do get red when we're flustered, when we're heated, overheated, or whatever. But also, I just want you to know that I'm going to be using colors that, you know, like, for example, green and blues and purples and those kind of colors. But mister, that's not the color of my ear. I don't have any purple in my ear. But then I just want you to know that I understand that. But I'm just trying to create depth. So I'm going to let this dry and I'll get back to you. So I'm going to add a green color just to add depth. I'm just going to put it all the way down there to show that there's a shadow behind the ear. Yeah, there's a shadow. So that's something that we have to be wary. And all the dark areas, I'm going to make it sort of like a sort of greenish color like that. But down here is that. So this is really basically, I'm trying to show shadow. I think I'm going to change it up to a blue. So I'm going to add a bit of blue here, and I just want it to show that it's going to be dark. And yeah, I'm just going to show a bit of blue here, and then I'll leave those here. I may add some blue down here too, just to give it, like I said, depth. Alright, and I may want to add some orange here and a bit of thing going here like that. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry again and I'll get back to you. So boys and girls, I want to add a little bit of red to the lobe, the fleshy part of the ear. Just want to add a little just to show that, you know, it's part of the ear. And yeah, and down here as well, like that. And add something here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine there. So yeah, that up there. So we're talking about layers. It's very important when you're painting any painting must have layers. So boys and girls, with that said, we're going to add some of that brown that we mixed earlier on to all the parts of the ear. So what that matters, the ear, just add to the ear like that, and inside the ear, around the ear. Yeah, I'm just going to add this. We're going to let it dry and I'll get back to you, boys and girls. Just add a little. So, boys and girls, I'm going to add some dark brown for shadows, really. So I'm just going to add some browns. It's nice and dry, so I'm just now going to be very careful where I'm adding my details. And I'm just going to be, you're just going to see me go into draw, or paint, I should say, I beg your pardon, you know, just to give this ear a bit more shape. So get some of that dark brown there, and I know that in here it's really dark. I'm just gonna go like that all the way around, you know, and let it go a bit lighter as we're going down here. And then, yeah, like I said, this is going to be really dark. I think I may have to put another layer of it because it really is dark around this area here. And yeah, I'm just going to put line going here and have another lighter line coming here too, like that. And yeah, I just want to show. Okay. I think this is more or less what I'm trying to get. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry and I'll get back to you. So as you can see, boys and girls, the ear is taking shape. So I really want to go, I'm going to try to get some black here in here, and I'm going to try to go as dark as I can, because this really and truly needs to get dark. So I'm going to put a dark shade here, and I want to have another dark shade going across like that, the best that I can, like that. And yeah, I want this down, but I'm not going to go all the way down because just the darker areas that I really want to get in there. I just really want, I think it's important that I do. And then I'm going to go down here, like that, and here. If I could go darker still, that would have been great. I may have to add another layer here. But yeah, that's basically what I want to get. So boys and girls, going back to the this 6th penitential psalm, which is let your ears pay attention to the voice of my supplication. Boys and girls, this is a penitential psalm that you are pleading with God. You are asking God, please listen to my cry. I remember when my dad passed, which just over a year ago now, I remember saying this psalm, you know, praying to him, asking God to be merciful to my dad's soul. And it's really a very, very deep and powerful prayer. And, you know, not only for the Lenten season, you know, you can say this, but you can say this at any time when you really need God to hear you. If you're going through a lot, you know, you need God to hear you and to answer your prayers. This is a beautiful a beautiful psalm to say. So, yeah, I think that that it is a beautiful psalm, and you can practice praying the psalm, you know, and be really, when you pray so that God can hear you from your heart, from the depths of your heart, you know, like there's one of the psalms that says, from the depths of my heart I cry to you, O Lord, let your ears pay attention to the voice of my pleading. And so, you know, it's so important, so important for us to pray this. And I'm just going to get some orange to tame down that color, the red, a little bit, because it can be a little bit overpowering, you know. So I'm just going to add a little bit of orange there to it, you know, just to add. Yeah, so boys and girls, this is Psalm 129. It's the 6th penitential psalm, and it's let your ears pay attention to the voice of my supplication. So I'm just going to let this, I think I need to, because I think there's some areas of light, so there should be some light areas here, and that red might be too bright. So let me add some, try to take out some of the intensity, because there's some of, in our ear, there's some parts of it, ridges, that are a little, it's raised, so it needs to be light. So I'm just going to add that, so that, try to anyway, and the places that I wasn't able to, I'll just add white to it. Okay, and like here, this sticks out, your lobe, your ear lobe, this area here, the part where you put your earring, it kind of sticks out, so I wanted it to be white. So I'm going to let it dry, and I'll get back to you. So I'm just going to add a little shade of brown to make it like our color or complexion. Just add it around here. like that. For it to look like it's our complexion colour, you know. Just, it can belong to us, I suppose. So I'm just going to let it dry, and then we're going to have our final conclusion. So there it is, boys and girls. Psalm 129, verse 2. Let your ears pay attention to the voice of my supplication. So I'm just going to write the Bible verse. Psalm 129, verse 2. Let your ears pay attention to the voice of my supplication. So this is the 6th penitential psalm, boys and girls, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the 7th penitential psalm. So boys and girls, I got this nice clean paper, and we're going to do the 7th penitential psalm now, which is Psalm 142, verse 8. Let the dawn bring the word of your love. I think that's so poetic. And so what I'm going to do, I've never done a sunrise before, so I'm going to try to do a sunrise today. So boys and girls, let's get started. So boys and girls, with sunrise, I'm gonna go really pastely, very light. So I'm gonna have a beautiful shade of very light blue, and as it's coming down, it's going to change to a beautiful, like, lilac color. So I'm just going to take a little bit. It's going to be so light that you can hardly see it. And I'm going to just mix it in with the blue. And let's go down here. So with the lilac, I'm going to it's okay, it's like that. So I'm going to add some blue in with the lilac, like that. And that's basically it. And then we have the clouds in the sky. The morning's just breaking. And down here we're going to have like mountains. And as it's beginning, the light is, you know, it's breaking the darkness, the dawn of the new day. I'm going to have down here mountains, and the sun is just peeping over the mountains. So this is the sky, I'm gonna let it dry and I'll get back to you. So there it is. We're just seeing the sky, it's just lighting up, and I'm going to have the sun just making its way through above the mountains. So this is the sun warming up the sky. So I'm gonna have my sun warming up that morning sky like that. So I'm just gonna let it dry. So boys and girls, I am going to draw some mountains, or paint some mountains in a deep green color. So I just need the green with a little bit of black. So I'm going to put black here with the green that I have. And we're just going to see the mountain just the mountain is going to be it's been woken up by the sun, basically. Sorry. So I'm just going to get, as it's going up higher, it gets a little lighter. So I'm just going to, now we're going to have mountains. So we're going to make it look like this, and like you're going to have like the trees just above the, right, that's good, that looks good. I think that looks good like that. Okay, I think that will be good enough. So just above, it's just being warmed by the sun's rays. So you're going to see an indication of that in this. And then as it gets lower, it's a little bit darker still, because remember the light is just breaking. So I'm just going to get some of my dark colors here, just to darken that area. Like that. Very well. And I'm going to let that dry. So I'm just going to put it a bit darker down here. Good. And then I'm going to let it dry. So I'm going to have a little bit of reflective light on the tops of this mountain. So it's going to be like almost glistening. I'm not going to go all the way down, neither am I going to go all the way across, because as the morning light, as the sunlight rises, the sunrise, it's touching, kissing almost God's creation, which is the trees, the mountain tops, you know. So we're just going to have that like that. And we're going to have, you know, some of the light penetrating in the sky as it lights up the sky. So I'm going to let that dry, and then to add the love, because it's the psalm is, let the verse, the Bible verse, Psalm 142 verse 8 says, let the dawn bring the word of your love. So as the dawn comes forth, it's bringing forth the word of God's love. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to indicate this in this painting. So boys and girls, as you can see, this is the dawn. This is the sun rising right above, just about peeping through the mountain tops. And the psalm is, let the dawn bring the word of your love. And so right in the center of the sun, we're going to depict the word of God. So that shows his love. And it's not going to be anything big. It's not like, you know, we know God as a humble, is, you know, through his son. And so we're not making anything big, big, big. We're just going to just delicately put this love, the word of your love. And I think that depicts everything. That can move mountain. In the center of the sun, the word of your love, which is from God, who loves us so much that he gave us his son. And yeah, I think I'm just going to let that dry, and I'll just add a little bit of radiating warmth, like the Sacred Heart of Jesus, just around the heart, and then that will be it. So I'm just going to add a little orange, just a little tippy-tappy of the radiance of God's heart, love for us. So the heart is radiating this beautiful ambient light. It's just showing through the mountains. And yeah, boys and girls, this is it. Psalm 142 verse 8. The 7th penitential psalm. Let the dawn bring the word of your love. And I can't wait to see how many of you all are going to journey to the end and show me your 6th and 7th penitential psalm. But here it is, boys and girls. Psalm 7 and Psalm 6. Alright? God bless you, boys and girls, and do have a happy, happy Easter. God bless, and I'll see you in the 3rd term. Bye-bye.